Hi friends, I'm Jane and this is Fincate.
Make sure everything's fine. Make it undamaged.
What is it?
It's a hybrid solar inverter.
Hybrid, why?
Why? Because everything feeds into this one unit. The solar panels feed directly into it. You can put AC from either the mains or a generator straight through it, should you not have enough charge in your batteries. And it controls the charge of the batteries as well. Peripherals.
How much did it cost?
This was €188.
Okay.
It's a 2.4 kilowatt.
The solar panels! This building here, this is our casita. A casita means little house. And it is basically just 2 rooms and a bathroom. And we use it, there's a kitchen, diner, sitting room, and then there's a bedroom, a shower, toilet and basin. That's all the facilities there are in there. When we first got here, these solar panels weren't there, correct?
No, correct. The ones behind were the water heating panels, but these solar panels weren't. This solar system was gifted to me by one of our friends here, who got himself a new all singing and dancing solar system with lithium batteries and everything, because it's probably 10 years old, and he decided it wasn't enough. And it was going free, and I said, yep, we'd use it for our little casita.
Okay. Is the fact that it's now, must be more than 10 years old now, is that a problem?
Well, the battery life is only supposed to be 10 years, but truth of the matter was the batteries were never fully used. And we used to turn everything off at night and hardly ever used it to its full potential, really. Although the batteries probably are getting towards the end of their life, they are still working. The solar panels have a 25-year life, so they've got a bit more life in them yet. But unfortunately, the inverter did fail on us earlier this year, which is why we're putting a new inverter in today.
Okay, well, the inverter didn't just fail, it was quite dramatic actually, because it was in the middle of a storm, and we don't know, and it went out with a bang really, didn't it?
Well, I don't know, we weren't here, but all I know is it stopped working.
So we bought a new inverter.
Yep.
And now you're going to fit it.
Now we're going to fit it.
Okay, brilliant. Talk me through it. Let's go. Right, so you're going to disconnect these panels from...
Yep. I'm going to disconnect the panels now from the regulator that's in the solar shed. So there's no charge coming through the cables when I start moving them.
Okay. I might add that you're not a qualified electrician, are you?
No, not qualified, no.
But Steve did used to work with electric and electronics in a previous life. She wonders.
There we go. I've disconnected the plug. One of the plugs. The positive line. Can you see them?
Yeah.
Yes, I used to work with high voltage electrics on aircraft.
I think one of the most important things really with doing this yourself is to know what you can do, know your limitations, and know when you need to call in help. Wouldn't you agree?
Definitely. Yes, if you're not comfortable, don't do it yourself. You could learn. I mean, you are still dealing with high voltages. It's the current as much as anything. It's only 24 volts on the batteries, but there's a big current. And if that zapped through you, you'd know about it. And you can get quite a bit of current off the solar panels as well. So you have to work through it logically, and you have to have understanding and appreciation of what electricity can do to you.
Like my father. Stand on one leg, you'd be all right.
Well, in the Air Force, they taught us to test fault find with one hand in your pocket with your probe, because then you're never making a circuit.
Okay.
That's the only time you're allowed to put your hands in your pockets legally.
So you built this little shed to house the
I built
batteries.
this little shed to house the batteries and the system, and there are
Mind your head.
12 batteries, 2 volts, a battery, 24 volt system. I've disconnected them now to stop them charging, because although the inverter was blown, the solar panel charging regulator and everything was still fitted, so the batteries have been charging even though we've not been using the system. So they're at full capacity now. What I need to do now is to remove the components in here and do some modifications. I'm going to do a trial fit of the inverter on that blank panel.
We don't seem to be able to do any job without a cat.
Anyway, first thing I'm going to do is remove the connection cover. Okay, so I'm going to check that there's no voltage coming from the solar panels, even though I disconnected them. Be safe before I disconnect the wires. And it's 0, just to prove that the meter is working. That's AC coming into the building. Mains electric at 238 volts. The wires I'm disconnecting were the wires from the solar panel and the ones to the batteries that connected the battery charging from the solar panels, which the old inverter didn't do, but the new one does everything. So that's the old charge controller.
So is that redundant now?
That's redundant now. That's the old battery cables.
Sorry, say again, you're connecting...
I'm connecting the battery wires now. At the lower part of the inverter, you can see now I've connected the battery connections to the inverter and into a circuit breaker.
Okay.
I have to do the same for the solar panel connections to a circuit breaker the same, and then connect 2 mains leads. One mains in, one mains out, and then all I've got to do then is the long black and white red leads on the floor connected to the bottom of that circuit breaker and connected to the batteries, and then switch it on. Reminds me of my days scrabbling under an ejection seat for some pilot's dropped pen.
What's a continuity check?
Checking that it's connected at one end and the other.
Yeah. Okay.
Open circuit is 1. Do the live now. There we go. 10 to 0, which means it's circuit. Yep, so they're connected to the connections fine. So all the connections to the inverter have been made now.
Okay.
Batteries, PV panels, mains out, mains in. No, mains in, mains out. Get them all the way around. Got the cable clamps holding them in place. I'm putting the cover back on now. Tiny little screws.
So what you doing?
Reconnecting the solar panel. I mean, there isn't much sun, but it doesn't take much to make electricity.
Okay.
You can even get it from the moon. There's a full moon. may get a spark.
Ooh.
Sometimes do. There's no power, no load. Yeah, that's good. Batteries on. PV on. Now we have to program it. I've not put the AC on, so AC in, AC out. 230 volts input.
Now you need the instructions.
So the solar panels are charging the batteries. LCD settings, okay. I want to change it so that solar power is the priority, and then battery, and then mains. But at the moment, it's not letting me change it.
So what's the priority at the moment?
Utility mains. There's no output voltage, according to this.
It'll be something obvious. It always is.
Anything we don't have. You go and put a light on in the garage or something so I can see if there's a load coming on.
Okay. No! I've left it switched on, it didn't light.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's the power saving mode
You put it on power saving mode. We have light! Yeehaw! Okay, Steve, you had a bit of an issue there.
It's like Louis Theroux.
Initially, it wasn't actually switched on, you thought it was.
Yeah. Initially it wasn't switched on, I thought it was because everything lit up. Of course, that's just the battery power powering it. After doing a couple of settings I wanted to do, which made solar energy the priority, and mains only kicks in then if solar and battery levels drop below a certain level. I set it to energy saving mode, which means if there's a low load or no load, it doesn't switch on. But obviously, the fluorescent lights, when you switch them on, is a low load, and it wasn't enough to kickstart.
Okay.
So I turned the energy saving function off. All works fine.
Excellent. Can we go have a cup of tea
We
now?
can have a cup of tea, eh?
Thank you very much for watching, guys. I have a favour to ask. If you watch my videos and enjoy them, but you're not subscribed on the YouTube channel, can you just hit the subscribe button for me, please? It doesn't cost you any money, and if you are on Facebook or Google anyway, as in Google Mail or Facebook or anything like that, you don't even have to fill anything in, and there's no extra passwords to remember or anything. You just hit the subscribe button. It helps my channel to grow. Why do I want my channel to grow? I don't know. I've said millions of times, I don't want to make any money from this. That's not the point. I don't actually even understand how they make money from their YouTube channels. So that isn't the point. And maybe because I've said that, maybe YouTube doesn't like me, because YouTube makes money from all these videos that we put up. But it gives me a real thrill to think people are watching my films, and I have huge fun making them. It doesn't always look like it, but it is a creative thing, and I'm a creative person, and I really, really enjoy doing it. But if nobody watched them, I wouldn't make them anymore. Hello, kitten. So I don't do this entirely for me. It's nice to know that there's somebody out there. Anyway, please, hit the subscribe button. That would be brilliant. At time of filming, we are at 101 subscribers. my first goal was to get over the 100. So, yay. But, you know, sometimes people unsubscribe as well. So by the time this goes out, I could be down at 99 again. I am super, super grateful for everybody who does watch the films and who gives me a thumbs up, a like on the like button, and the people who comment and give me advice. I mean, that's just phenomenal. And during these difficult times when we're all a little bit more cut off from our friends than we would like, that has been absolutely brilliant. So, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.